My dear fourth grade children, how are you, ma? Are you fine? Are you stay at home? Okay, dear children, please stay in your home. So be happy. Okay, children, let us start to study social science. Do you like to study social science? Okay, fine. Okay, you are very good children. Okay, study very carefully. Okay, ma? Okay, let us start to study social science online class. Okay. Okay, ma, in the previous class, we completed the lesson 4 from geography. Now we will see that the lesson 5th, the political divisions of East and Northeast India. What's the title, ma? Political divisions of East and Northeast India. So, in the previous lesson, we have learnt. What's the title of this lesson? Yeah, that is political divisions of North and West India. So we have studied this different states from North and West Indias. Now we see that political divisions of East and Northeast India. From this lesson we have learned the summary of information about the state of East India. Okay, and summary of information about state of Northeast India also. So, first of all, we see that the Great Northern Plains stretches to the eastern part of India. Now we study that eastern part of India. Eastern part of India, it comprises the states of Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam. Okay, these 4 states comprises to the eastern part of India. Now we see that this eastern part of states and its capital and some important cities, rivers, main crops and some occupations. First of all, we see that eastern part of India, it also has Bangladesh. Bangladesh is our neighbor's state of on east side. In this part of this plain, the summer is very cold. The monsoon rains are very heavy. Do you know that monsoon rains, the winds flowing from that sea, that is a monsoon winds, and that monsoon wind causes the rains in that particular area is called monsoon rains. Okay, now we see that first of all we study that Bihar, it is the eastern part of India. So eastern part of India, first we study the state Bihar. Patna is the capital of Bihar and lies on the banks of Ganga. First of all, we see that Patna. Patna is the capital of Bihar. So Bihar capital is Patna. And where it lies? It lies on the banks of the Ganga. The side of the Ganga. So now we study that Bihar. So Patna is the capital of Bihar, and Patna where it lies means it lies on the banks of the river Ganga. So at the side of the river end, that is a Patna. Bodh Gaya is an important town for Buddhists. Here, very important town for Buddhists, that is Bodh Gaya. Now listen here. Who was Buddha? Who was Buddhist? Buddha was the founder of the world religion of Buddhism. Gautama Buddha was the founder of world religion of Buddhism. Many people followed Buddha called Buddhist. The follower of The follower of Buddha was called Buddhist. Many people followed. So this Bodh Gaya is an important town for Buddhist. Here many people come. For what purpose? Means pray to Buddha. Okay, ma? Bhagalpur is another big town known for its silk. Here, two important towns, that is Bodh Gaya, for important town for Buddhist. Many people come to pray for here. Then second town is important town is Bhagalpur. This Bhagalpur is also another big town known for its silk. Here, silk production of silk is very important for another town, that is Bhagalpur. It lies in the Bihar. What's the important river here? The Ganga flows through Bihar. Two of its tributaries, Kosi and Son, meet the Ganga and Patna. Together they make the land very fertile with the silt when they flow. Now listen here. Here important river is Ganga. The Ganga flows through Bihar. To its tributaries, what are the two tributaries? That is Kosi and Son. Two important tributaries of rivers Ganga. Tributaries means subsidiary of Ganga, that is Kosi and Son, meet at the Ganga at Patna. These two tributaries, Kosi and Son, meet the Ganga at place Patna. Okay, so important river is Ganga in Bihar. Together they make the land very fertile. So this Ganga river and the tributaries, small size of the river, it is branches of the main Ganga river, that is a Kosi and Son, and these two subsidiary rivers, that is the tributaries, also meet at the Ganga in the place Patna. Patna is the capital of Bihar. Okay, and these together, this river Ganga and Kosi and Son, this subsidiary river, are also form land very fertile. What's the important crops? Rice and sugarcane are the main crops grown here. Okay, what's the important crops grown here? Means rice and sugarcane, like us, like our state. And lychee is a delicious fruit. Did you like this lychee? Do you know what type of fruit lychee? Yeah, it is a delicious fruit. This fruit is a popular in cherries. It is popular in China also. And these other popular fruits, it is the same variety is rambutan and longan. These are the same variety of lychee. So important fruit is lychee. It is a delicious fruit. And what's the important occupation? Most people live in villages and are farmers. Here, this important occupation is people live in villages are mostly farmers, and silk production is very famous for here. So silk weaving is a handicraft industry also here have. Okay, so we studied that Bihar capital is Patna, and important river Ganga, and important town is Bodh Gaya and Bhagalpur. This Bodh Gaya is famous for Buddhist, and this Ganga and its tributaries Kosi and Son, these are very important rivers and tributaries. These rivers make this place very fertile. And what's very important crops here means rice and sugarcane. And what's the important occupation? Most people live in villages or farmers, and very important for silk production. So silk weaving is also very important for here. Okay, ma? Do you like it? Okay. Okay, fine. Do you understand? Okay, fine. Now we see that next state, next eastern part of India, the state is West Bengal. Okay. Here, this West Bengal capital is Kolkata is the capital of West Bengal. Kolkata is the capital of West Bengal. Durgapur is an industrial city that has a steel plant. Durgapur is an industrial city. Okay. In industrial city, what important industry here means steel plant, production of steel. And Darjeeling is a popular hill town in this north. Now listen here. This West Bengal important town is Durgapur, that is an industrial city. Another one is Darjeeling. It's a popular hill station. Hill station means it lies higher than surroundings. Darjeeling. So it is very cool. Okay, because it is higher. It is higher than the surrounding place. Okay. And what's the very important rivers? Hooghly and branch of Ganga flows along this capital city. Now listen here. Hooghly is the main important river, and also the branches of the Ganga rivers also flows here. Not in the main Ganga. This branches of this Ganga river also flows here. Then another one important river is Tista. Tista in North Bengal is another important river. So here three rivers, important rivers: Hooghly, then branches of Ganga, and very important river in Bengal is that is what West Bengal is, that is very important, that is Tista. Okay, ma. Here what's the crops grown here? Rice is grown in plenty in plains. Jute is also cultivated in wetter regions. There are many tea plantations in these hilly regions. Rice is grown. Here rice is grown. Jute is also cultivated. And many tea plantations also here. What is the important occupation? Farming, tea growing, fishing, handicrafts like cotton and silk weaving are the main occupation of the people in these villages. What is the occupation? Farming, tea growing, silk wearing, handicrafts like cotton and silk weaving are the main occupation of the people in these villages. Those in these cities work in offices or factories. Okay, ma? What's the important occupation? Farming. Okay, and in addition to fishing also there are handicrafts like cotton, silk weaving are the main occupation of the West Bengal. And so many industries, offices also there. So most of the peoples work in the offices from the cities. Okay, so we studied that eastern part of India, that state is Bihar, and now we study that West Bengal. West Bengal capital is Kolkata, important town Durgapur and Darjeeling. And what's the important river? We have studied that Hooghly and famous river Tista. Crops, rice, jute, and occupation farming, tea growing, fishing. Okay, ma? Okay, now we see that Odisha. This Odisha also is in part of India. The Bhubaneswar is the capital of Odisha. Okay, so Bhubaneswar is the capital of Odisha state. It lies partly on the plains and partly in the plateau regions. Okay, this Odisha state lies one part lies in this one side, that is in the plains. Another side is a plateau. What is a plain? The stretch of low flat land is called plain. So this part of Odisha lies in the plain. It is a lower land. At the same time, another part lies in the plateau. Plateau means what? The large stretch of highland that is in the flat on the top. The large stretch of highland, that is flat on top is called plateau. Large stretch, but it is highland. At the top it is a very flat like a table. It is called a tableland. So the Odisha's the part is lies in the plain, it is a lower land, and another part is lies on the plateau, it is higher than plains. Okay, then Bhubaneswar is the capital of Odisha. Then here Cuttack is a large city close by. Very important city in Odisha is Cuttack. And another important coastal city is Buri. Buri, known for its temple. Buri, the very important famous temple, Buri Jagannath temple is very famous. So this Odisha's two important city, that is Cuttack and Buri. Okay. Here Rourkela is another important steel plant city. Steel plant city means production and industries of steels. Okay, that name of the city is Rourkela. Okay, then what's the important rivers? The rivers Mahanadi and Sabarnerega flow through Odisha. Rivers Mahanadi and Sabarnerega flow through Odisha. The lake Siliga is the largest saltwater lake in India. The lake Siliga is the largest saltwater lake in India, where thousands of birds migrate from some colder countries. Okay, thousands of birds migrate from some colder countries. Okay, why these birds migrate from one place to another place? To extreme heat, to extreme climate. Extreme means very over. To avoid extreme climate, the birds migrate from one place to another place. Okay. Okay, next, what are the important crops here? That is rice, pulses and oilseeds are grown in these plains. Coastal areas have coconut trees as they grow well there. What are the important crops? Rice, pulses and oilseeds are grown in these plains. Here, coastal areas have coconut trees. Coastal areas have coconut trees have. Coastal areas means you already know, that is the sea, this land part meted the sea. Okay, that is a coastal. These coastal areas have coconut trees grown very well because it get water very easy to get, isn't it? Okay, then occupation. Farming and fishing are main occupation in these rural areas. Fishing in the cities, work in offices and factories. Many people are also engaged in handicrafts and silk weaving. Here, important farming and fishing are major occupations in these rural areas. And people in these cities work in offices and factories. Many people are also engaged in handicrafts and silk weaving. Okay, ma'am. So, what's the important of Odisha? It is the eastern part of India. Bhubaneswar is the capital of Odisha, a state that lies partly on plains and partly on flat regions. And important cities Buri, Cuttack, Rourkela. These are the important cities in Odisha. Then important river is Mahanadi and Sabarnerega, important rivers, and Lake Siliga. Lake, okay, Siliga is the largest saltwater lake in India. This lake Siliga is the very largest saltwater lake in India. Okay, here birds are migrate from one place to another to avoid extreme climatic condition. Crops, rice and pulses, oilseeds are grown in plains, and occupation is farming and fishing are main occupation. Okay, and also silk weaving also have. Then we studied that Assam. Assam, Dispur is the capital city. The capital of Assam is Dispur. Assam is also this eastern part of India, and Dispur is the capital and it lies near Guwahati. And here this word Guwahati. Yes, then here important towns Dibrugarh and Jorket or other important towns. What are the important rivers? This Brahmaputra is the huge wide river flowing through Assam. It has only 4 bridges for people to cross the river. Okay, this Brahmaputra is a huge wide river flowing through Assam. It has 4 bridges also have for people to cross the river. Then people also therefore use a ferry to cross the river. What is ferry? The spell of the word F-E-R-R-Y. What's that ferry, ma? It is a form of transport. It is a form of transport to cross the river. During the monsoons, the river overflows its banks very often, flooding these areas around it. What is ferry? Ferry is a vessel used to carry passengers. Okay, ferry is a vessel. This used to carry a passenger like a ship boat. Okay, this. So what is a ferry? Ferry is used to form of a transport. It's a vessel used to carry passenger. A passenger's ferry with many stops like a vehicle. If a passengers move on vehicle, they also have many stops. Like that, the ferries, a passengers with a ferry with many stops. Ferry is a vessel used to carry passenger. Can you see that? So, in the state of Assam, only 4 bridges for people to cross the river. So, people used ferry to cross the river also. Because it is only 4 bridges only, so the people use ferry. Ferry is a transport. Okay. Then, during the monsoon, the river overflows its bank very often, flooding the areas around it. Okay. During the monsoon, the river overflows because heavy rain, so overflows its banks, so flooding these areas around it. Okay. So heavy rains here some places. Then what's the important crops? That is rice and tea are major crops in this state. And fruits like pineapple, oranges are also grown. Yes, what's the very important occupation here? Important occupation is farming and working in these tea gardens are the main occupations. People also work in these oil refineries. What is oil refineries? As the state underground oil and gas. Silk weaving of special kind of silk called Mika is an also important occupation. What's the important occupation here, ma? That is farming and working. Farming and working in the tea gardens are main occupations. And people also work in the oil refineries. Oil refineries means that is a petroleum refineries. For example, oil refineries example, petroleum refinery. This is very important production here. The state has underground oil and gas. So only here lot of oil refineries. People also work in this oil refineries. And very important that is silk weaving. It's a special kind of silk called Miga. What's the meaning of Miga? That is the caterpillar producing Miga. Caterpillar means the life cycle of butterflies, that it lays, butterfly lays egg, then it changes into caterpillar. This caterpillar producing mica. This is very useful for production of silk weaving. Okay, so this special kind of silk called mica is also important. Silk weaving is important occupations in Assam. Okay, so today we can learn this eastern part of India, that is eastern state of India, that is Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha and Assam. We studied that this eastern part of state and capital and some important cities, rivers, main crops and some occupations. Okay, so today I will give some questions. You copy it neatly, write the question and answers neatly, right? Next class we will see that Northeast India. Okay ma? Okay, fine. Study one. Okay. Bye. Next class we will see.